Hi, my name is Dana Dorman, and I am the archivist for the Historical Society of Haddonfield. We're so glad you could join us for this virtual opening celebration for our new Patricia Lennon Archive Center. This slideshow will share how we got from concept to a completed state-of-the-art space for our archival collections. But before we go inside that beautiful new building, let's go back a few years. As you may recall, the Historical Society had been dreaming of a new space for its archival collections for quite a long time. We explored several options, and after much consideration and discussion with neighbors, we determined that we would replace the standalone garage behind Greenfield Hall and the Mickle House with a new building. Here's a reminder of what that garage looked like, with Greenfield Hall visible in the background off to the left. Haddonfield resident Eduardo Guzman of DCM Architecture and Engineering designed a modern reinterpretation of a barn that would include a first floor reading room and storage for archival collections on the second floor. We quietly began planning our capital campaign for the project. Thanks to a grant from the New Jersey Cultural Trust, we were able to hire Nancy Weber of Oak Ridge Consultants to help us move forward with our fundraising. And we were so lucky to receive a wide range of support from the community, including a gift from the private Haddonfield Library Company, captured in this photo. Thank you so much to all who contributed to the project with gifts both big and small. We certainly could not have reached this finish line without the community's support. In August of 2018, we held a groundbreaking ceremony for the new building. Here, architect Eduardo Guzman and then board president Doug Rauschenberger are speaking to a group of supporters about our plans. And like any groundbreaking, here is the obligatory photo with shovels and sledgehammers. And that group includes our architect, members of our board and capital campaign committee, and Haddonfield Mayor Neil Rocheford. And then in swift order, construction began thanks to our general contractors, Big Sky Enterprises. And now I'm going to let the photos speak for themselves as we watch how the new building took shape. So now for the good stuff. Let's look inside that beautiful finished building. As the construction was coming to an end, we realized that we could use some help to design the interior, or more specifically, our first floor reading room. We hired Benita Cooper Design to help us make the most of that new space. Here are a few images from her work, starting from an initial sketch in the top left to some of the more polished renderings of what was planned. And as we continued, the first floor started looking a little more polished. Walls were painted, Furniture was ordered, cabinetry and other finishing details were installed. Here is Anita on the left and me on the right, as some of that cabinetry was being installed in the space. And now we have this amazing space to share with the community. This is the view just inside the front door. The archivist's desk is hidden by a half wall in the center with researcher tables on both the left and the right in this shot. And straight ahead to the right, you can see our beautiful donor recognition sign, which hangs over our digital workstation. This is the view from the same spot inside the door, but looking to the left out those garden windows into the Historical Society's garden space. You can see there are custom tables, there are wood elements and leather elements, and it really all just hangs together beautifully. This is the view from those garden windows back toward the archivist's desk and the digital workstation. And here you can see a couple other features nicely. To the center left, those vertical wooden slats around the bookcase and behind the archivist's desk mimic the vertical slats that are part of the exterior design. And on the far right of this image, you can see some of the tile wall that hugs King's Lane with built-in display cabinets. Here is an even better view of that tile wall. And there's also a built-in wooden bench sort of running along the back there for researchers. And you can see all four of those built-in display cases. Looking back toward the front entrance, you can see another view of that built-in bench on the left. And now you can see the coat rack and storage area that is located next to the front door. And that will really help us protect collection materials while researchers are using them by giving us a place where we can tuck coats and other belongings out of the way. Here's another shot of Benita checking out one of those display cases. And here's a closer view of some of the built-in cabinetry in the new space. These hanging shelves are staged beautifully for these photos, but the next time you all stop by, you'll see that they're going to be packed full for researchers, just like usual. And just past that bookcase area is our ADA accessible bathroom. This tile wall is really a statement piece, but believe it or not, the feature that we're most excited about is its exterior door, which you can see on the left in this photo. That exterior entrance will allow us to use the bathroom easily for garden events and rentals, and it'll allow us to not open up the entire building during those events. Back on the inside, this is a view down the hall behind the archivist's desk. On the left, you can just see some stairs leading down to the basement, and the door in the center leads to the stairway to the second floor. And in between on the left, you can see a light colored panel in the wall. That's our dumbwaiter. It connects all 3 floors, and we can use it to move collection materials between the floors as needed. And of course, the second floor is particularly exciting for all of that storage that it provides. These movable high-density storage units provide the equivalent of 66 bookcases that we can fill with archival collections and published books and all kinds of other materials. And that's just what we've been doing. So here's a brief time-lapse video to show you a little of what it's like to move hundreds of boxes into the new building. And here are a couple views of what those shelves are looking like now as they get filled up with collection materials that were previously stored in the Mickle House, in Greenfield Hall, and off-site. And last but not least, I wanted to highlight a few of our empty shelves, the ones that are reserved for the Haddon Township Historical Society's archival collections. Haddonfield and Haddon Township share a long history, and Haddon Township Historical Society was involved with fundraising for this new building. And as a result of their efforts, they now have this space reserved just for them and their collections. So thank you so much to all of the donors, the volunteers, the community members, the contractors, the vendors, everyone who helped make this building a reality. We really can't wait to share it with all of you for many years to come. Okay.